Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome back to my game of Frostgrave. I call this Return to Frostgrave. This is a solo campaign that I'm running. I've modified some of the rules a little bit, doing some homebrew stuff. You can download my homebrew rules. There's a link in the video description. So it comes with the rule modifications, and on the other page is the challenge sheet. This is how the game progresses as your wizard gets higher and higher level. One of the things I found with this game when playing solo is a level 1, level 2 wizard, if you're rolling vampires and werewolves as your random monsters sometimes, you're just out of luck. So this ramps up. I'm trying to ramp it up as your wizard gets higher in level, the dangers get more get higher. So right now my wizard is level 9. Which means I am now working in this middle tier. This is the second game. Actually, no, this is the first game in the second tier. So it will be just a basic game. The next game will put starting monsters at the middle edges, and they will come from the column 3, which is dangerous creatures. So right now, we're just going to get a basic game in and hopefully hold our own. Now, let me give you a lay of the land. My warband starts down here. There are 3 treasure tokens. 2 of them are normal treasure tokens, one here and one right there. They are 6 inches beyond the midline and 6 inches from the edge. The special token right here, if you get it and take it off of the table, you get a roll on the magic weapon, magic item chart. But it's 6 inches from the rear edge, so it's a little harder to get to. And then lastly, I'm going to put another one. This one I'm going to use a small chest, and I just lost my chest, the little chest icon. What'd you do with it? Oh, here it is. This one is what's called in my homebrew rules, this is the locale secret. It's a token. It does not alter your movement. You place it a random direction 8 inches from this token. So I'm going to roll this blue die to point which direction. It's going to be this way 8 inches. So it will be right here. Right there. And if you manage to get it off the table, you get to roll a special roll at the end of the game to see if you find a potion, a scroll, gold coins, or a grimoire. It's just a way to keep the game progressing so your wizard's leveling up, at a decent clip. All right, as with solo games, the phases are wizard phase, apprentice phase, enemy phase, and then soldier phase. When this game starts, there are no enemies. They do not appear at the start of the game, but at the end of every round. At the end of every round, you will roll for a random creature that will appear on one of the four corners. So you don't get a random creature if you pick up a token, a treasure token. It's the one a new roll will appear every round. So, and that is at the end of each round, beginning with round 1. So I get basically a free move here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my wizard and his 3 soldiers. We're going to do a group activation. We're all going to move, and then I'm going to probably cast a spell. So the wizard, all my characters can move 6. And by the way, I built a kennel for my base, which allows me to have a wolfhound, which I'm giving to the apprentice. One of my soldiers, an archer, was wounded in the last game, so he is out this session. So without the wolfhound, I'd normally be down to 9, but this puts me back at 10. If he were at full health, I would have 11. And that's not normally allowed, but in this game, the kennel says that you can go 1 over your soldier limit with a warhound. So it's a good upgrade to buy for your base. Wizard will move 6. We're going to move out. He will move up, and then the rest of them will be around him. I just sort of place them around him to protect. The wizard cannot see the secret treasure, but he gets a glimpse of that one, just a glimpse of it. So we know we're going in the right direction. I'm going to have him cast Let's have him cast Enchant Weapon. I need to roll an 8. So let's see what we can do here. So they're right here. I rolled a 16. So he successfully cast it. And remember, track your successful spells. And I'm going to give that Enchant Weapon to the thug in front. He goes from +2 fight to +3 fight. And his sword is now magical. And the way I track this, I track my successful spells here. I star a weapon when it's magically enhanced, and then I modify in red the fight. So the fight was normally at +2, now it's at +3. And so at the end of the game, I know that will probably have to go back. This guy has a permanent +1 shield. I should have written that in blue, but I didn't because it is a magical shield. And I don't think there's any reason he'll lose it, but if it ever does, I need to know that that's linked. All right, that is it for him. I am not going to have them double move, so the wizard phase is over. The apprentice is going to do the same thing. We're going to get moving. 6 inches puts him right here, right there, and everybody is around him. And once again, he can see one of the treasure tokens down here, so we know we're going in the right direction. And that is it for the apprentice phase, except he is going to cast a spell. I'm also going to cast Enchant Weapon, but I need to roll a 10. I rolled a 12, so I'm going to give that to the apothecary. That is a +1. +1. So she will go to +2, and she has a magic weapon. And that is a successful spell cast. All right. Normally, it would be the enemy phase. There are no enemies currently out in play, so we go to soldier phase. My soldiers are going to move straight up, double move. The archer can move 6 + 3 is 9. That puts him right there. And my man-at-arms can also move 9, which puts her right there. And that is it for turn number 1. Now we roll on page 176, is it? 176, I believe. Yeah, 177. 177, I will be rolling on column number 2 now because I'm level 8 or higher. And this will determine the random creature that appears. I rolled a 13. This is going to be 2 wolves. So let me go ahead and get the wolves out. And I'm going to have to remember, my wolves look just like my wolfhound, so I'm going to have to make note of that. Now, the way I do this on the random is it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 4. So they will appear over here. And unfortunately for me, if they are placed at the midpoint, I believe, no, they cannot. They cannot see my guys because of the obstruction. So that's good. That means they will initially move randomly. It is round number 2. Now, if the wizard moves up, they're going to spot me. But we don't know that the wolves are there. They don't know if I'm here. So the wizard will move 6, which puts him right there. And guess what? Now we have alerted the wolves. They can see me, so they will be moving in my direction. Unfortunately, I do not have an archer. So the only thing I can do right now is my wizard will be able to try to cast a spell. I'm going to do Elemental Bolt. I need to roll, they're right here, wolves are right here. I need to roll a 9 to cast it. I rolled a nat 20. I wish that helped, but it doesn't. What that means is the spell was successfully cast, and it is now a +7 shoot attack versus the wolves +1. I roll blue. Green is for the enemy. I'm aiming at this one, and I rolled a 16 to its 14. My 16 + 7 is 23. Its armor is 10, so it does 13 damage. It only has 6 health, and the wolf is killed. And I will make a note that I killed a creature because you get XP for that. That is it for the wizard phase. My pikeman has yelled to the archer that we have a wolf. So on the soldier phase, my archer will move in this direction. The apprentice does not know about that. I mean, maybe you hear him scream, but we have our own job to do. The apprentice will move 6 straight ahead, which puts him right there. And the others will move up around him. And we see the treasure. Now, I could try to cast telekinesis to move it a little closer to me. But instead, I'm going to try to cast enchant armor. Because I want to buff my heroes up a little bit. So, enchant armor is, I need a 10. I rolled a 4. I miss it by 6. I am not going to take 6 damage to make that a successful spell. So it is a failed spell. And that is the end of my apprentice phase. So now we come over to the wolf. The wolf can move 8, I believe. Yes. And it will move at the closest figure. And 8 is not going to get it there. It will put it right about here. But it will double move. And it will engage my soldier, which is good. It can attack. But it is engaged. And then lastly, my soldier phase. The archer will not fire into combat, but she will move in that direction. The archer moves 6, which puts it right... I could put it right up next to the wizard. And I'm not going to fire, but that's where she is. And then the man-at-arms is going to go 6 up. We have a split. I can go left or I can go right. Well, the man-at-arms is pretty tough. I'm going to tell her to go 3 more this direction. And I'm going to see... I don't think I'll be able to see this. You can only see this when you get back here. So yeah, there's no way she can see my token up here. So that's still hidden from view. And that is it for the soldier phase. We roll for a new enemy. Page 177. I rolled a 19. The higher the number, the worse the enemy. Trust me. 19 is a worm. Oh, okay. Let me get it. The worm. The worm is not good. It is a very big creature. It's a giant worm is what it is. The giant worm, I'm going to write this stats down. The worm is move 7. Wow. Fight +4. Armor 10. Health 20. And it is burrowing and large. Let me look up burrowing. I can never remember what that is. Burrowing. The creature may move through terrain as though it is not there, provided it has enough movement to reach the other side. The creature never suffers movement penalty for moving over. I just dropped something. So it can go under buildings. Now here's the real test. Where does it appear? This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, way over there. Okay, well that's not too bad. That means it will initially be moving in random directions. Now, it will always move. It won't move unless it can go through a building. We'll figure that out, how to move that. Because I've got some pretty big structures here. Okay, that is it. It is now the wizard phase. Wizard will group activate. I will do movement first. Why? Because I can put all of my soldiers around the wolf, and then I can attack with the bonus. So, they're all thugs, I believe. Thug, yes. So, each thug provides +2 to whoever's attacking. So, whoever's attacking is going to get +4 right now. I'm going to go ahead and have the pike guy. Actually, I'll have the sword guy who's got the higher fight. He has +3, and then he gets +4. So he's +7 versus the wolves +1. I rolled an 18 to its 7. 18 plus 7 is 25. Trust me, that wolf is toast. And that is another creature killed. That worm is going to be a problem. So they moved, and now the wizard will cast a spell. I'm going to cast Fog. Where? Right here, because I don't want a creature sneaking up behind me. I need to roll a 10. I rolled a 17. Let me get my Fog pieces real quick. I like to use Fog because you can force creatures to move randomly if they can't see you. So I'm going to put it right here. And let me double check the range on that. I want to make sure I'm not cheating. Fog is a witch spell, I believe. Yeah. And it has to be within 24 inches of the wizard in line of sight. Okay, so definitely good. That is a successful spell cast, and it is now the apprentice. The apprentice. We don't know about the worm, so we're going to move. The apprentice will move 6. Puts it right there. Everybody moves up to surround. And the warhound may come in handy with that worm. He's expendable. I can always replace him because I have a kennel. You hate to think that way, but soldiers are expendable. And the apprentice will cast, let's try telekinesis, because if I can move it towards me, and that will be done. I rolled a 2. That is definitely a failure by 10, so I take 2 health. I'm down to 13. I'm down to 12 because that first failed spell I missed by 6. Or was it 5? I can't remember. But either way, I should have lost 1 point. So my wizard is at full health. My apprentice is now at 12. And I have 2 failed spells and 3 successful spells. That is apprentice phase. Now we go to the worm. All right, let's go around here. And the way I'm going to play this is I'm going to roll random. You know what? I could play this hard. I could say that the worm can sense vibrations. Think the movie Tremors. So it would move towards the nearest enemy, which in this case would be the man-at-arms, which I'm really not happy about. And it can move 7 inches. Oh, which means it will. But let's do I want to do random movement or do I want to do hard? Well, let's do hard. Let's move it to where it detects. So it's going to move over here. Shoom. And then it would see this group and this group. Technically, he's closer, so it would move 3.5 inches towards him. Ugh, 3.5, right? Oh, God. I mean, he's like in my face. My poor man-at-arms. I may have to try to run for it. Soldier phase. Oh, okay. I have a good bit of gold. I could replace him. Let's see if we can do some damage. The man-at-arms is going to engage. Oh, I may regret this. Probably will. The man-at-arms is +3, and the worm is +4. All right, let's do this. I rolled a 10 to its 4. All right, so my 13 does 3 damage to it. I will put a red 3 on it to indicate it has taken 3 damage. And unfortunately, that is it. Now, my other heroes hear you can't, this is noisy, so maybe they'll go rescue him or help. My other soldier is right here, the archer. We kind of hear the noise, so my archer will move a full 9 up to here. I see the worm, but unfortunately I double moved, so I will not be able to shoot at it. And I'm going to put this treasure behind here. Yeah, that's not good. So the archer tells the wizard, we have a giant worm. But before we finish that, I have to roll to see what new enemy appears. And if I roll another worm, I'm in trouble because I don't have another worm miniature. Let's roll for it. See what appears. I rolled a 9, which is Ice Spider. Okay, I have an Ice Spider. They're not too bad. Where does it appear? This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14, 5, 10, over here. It's all the way over on this side, which means it will move randomly on its turn. That's the end of the turn. It is now the wizard phase. Let's come over here and see if we can help out. The wizard, we know the worm is up there. I don't have anybody that can get to him. I am going to tell my archer to go high because he'll be able to take shots at the worm without hopefully dying. Everybody is going to double move. The wizard will double move. Everybody else will double move. 6 and 3 is 9. Puts him here. 3 is 9. Puts him right next to him. I think I'm going to have to send in all hands to do this. And then he can go, not quite there, but he can end up right here. And they have double moved, and that is it for my wizard phase. So you can see they are here, and here's the worm. The apprentice. We hear the noise. I may send my soldier around. Actually, I'm going to send the warhound. I tell the warhound to go to the noise. Warhound can move 8, which puts it right here. And then it can move 4, which will engage. All right, so that's good. I have an ally. This guy will move up and pick up the treasure. He can only move half now. The apprentice will move up 6, and the apothecary will follow. The apprentice will move 3 with the apothecary. I see the worm, so we've got the worm from all sides. Hopefully we will be able to kill it. And that is the end of the apprentice phase. I wasn't able to cast any spells this turn. Wow. Okay, so let's do the spider first. Spider will move this way, and I think the spider moves 8 or 6. I can't remember. Ice Spider is, I'm going to write it down. The spider is move 6, fight +1, armor 8, and health 4. And it is an excellent climber, which means it can go up and over. So 6 inches in this direction means it would be right up here. Right there. Come on. And then it can't see anything, so it would move randomly. Same direction, 3. So it's sort of on the wall here. I'm just going to put it up here and try to remember it's on the wall. So it sees me. Let's deal with the giant worm. The giant worm is +4. My man-at-arms, it will attack well, they're both about even. Which one will it attack? 1 to 3, it will attack the wolf. 4 to 6, it will attack my man-at-arms. I rolled a 5. It goes after my man-at-arms. Man-at-arms is +3, and he gets +2 for the wolf, so he's +5 versus the worms +4. I rolled an 18 to its 10. Well, that's going to help. 18 plus 5 is 23. Minus 10 armor is 13 health. Oh, no. 13 health. 13, and I did 3, so 16. It's only got 4 health left. That's not bad. That is not bad. Nicely done. Now, normally when you win a battle, you can shove it back an inch, but I'm thinking not on a worm, not on a giant worm. There's no way I would be able to shove that back, right? So we'll just play it by ear, and I'm just going to leave it alone. Wow, that was good. 18 plus 5. Yeah, 23 damage. So we're chopping that worm up. That is it for the enemy phase, soldier phase. Only the man-at-arms can attack. Do I want to? Because he could die. Yeah, let's attack him. Now, what I don't know is if the worm can be injured, because it's down to 4 health, which means it would normally be -2. But because the giant worm is large, it just does, it suffers from the large target of -2 when defending against shooting attacks. Well, that's not going to help me right now. I'll attack it. I'm +5 to its +4. It is wounded. and it doesn't say that it's immune to it. So it would normally, so now it's just +2. So mine is +5 versus +2. I rolled a 5 to its 19. Guess what? 21 minus 12 is 9. My man-at-arms has 3 health, and he is wounded. Oh, that's not good. Okay, let's roll for a new enemy. That was the soldier phase. Hold on. The archer. Rather than climb up, I'm going to move. Do I have line of sight? I think I do. I do. I have line of sight. So archer is +2 shoot to the +2 worm. I rolled a 14 to its 18. It misses. And I will move her over here. I'm going to try to climb to get some height. That is the end of the soldier phase. Now we roll for new enemy. I rolled a 5. A 5 is a bear. Okay, I do have a bear. Let me get it out here. Bear, where are you? Yeah, no, that's not a bear. Where's my bear? Huh. 1 second, I know I have a bear. Okay, maybe I don't. I'm just going to use the boar hog as the bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled a 16, which is all the way over here. Okay, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 16. All right, the bear, let me get its stats real quick. And then we will see what happens. I've got 1 chance here to kill that worm. Move 6, fight +4, armor 12, and health 14. And it's strong, which means it does +2 damage. Okay. All right, we are now to the wizard phase. Well, the wizard will group activate. I will tell my soldiers to all move up. So I'm going to have all, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm going to move this building just for a moment. I'm going to send all of them up. So we get that bonus modifier, right? And my my sword guy is the +3. He's going to get +3, +2, +2, +2, and the wolf is +2. So he's going to get, the most you can get is 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8 +3 is plus. I can only get +10. That's the maximum benefit you can get. I am +10 to the worm's +2. I rolled a 6 to its 1. 16 minus its armor of 10 is 6 damage, and the worm is killed. All right. And that's a lot of work for one uncontrolled enemy, but thankfully I got it. All right. The wizard will... the wizard sees the apprentice, says, get that treasure out of here and get back to base. There was another treasure. Oh, duh. There was one right here. All right, so the wizard turns its attention to here. He will move over and, well, yeah, he'll move over and he will tell the archer on his turn to, no, we're not going to do that. So, yeah, I'm going to keep one in. I'm going to move him here and climb him. He cannot pick up because that would have cost too much movement. But on the next turn, he'll grab that treasure token. And by the way, since he's here, he can now see this treasure. What we don't see is the bear. The wizard is done. I'm going to cast a spell. Wizard will cast heal on... Well, I can't because I can't see him. I will cast enchant weapon on the... Enchant armor on the... on one of my thugs. I need to roll an 8. I rolled an 8. So I will give +1 armor to... +1 armor to here, 11. And this was Turban Guy. All right, and a successful spell. And now we go to the apprentice. The apprentice tells the Thug, get that treasure out of here. He can move a maximum of 4.5 inches, which means he will move here. And she will move 6 this way, and he will move here. That is the end of the apprentice phase. Let's roll for the bear. The bear will move this way at 6 inches. And it can see my wizard, which means it will now move 3 this way. All right, it is now the soldier phase. The only soldier I have is this one with and the wolf. He's injured, so I want him. He can only get 1 action, so I'm going to have him. They tell him the wizard's over here. Come get healed. He will move 6, which puts him right here, and the wizard hopefully will be able to heal him on his next turn. And that is it for the soldier phase. All right, end of the turn. Let's roll for a new enemy. I rolled a 1. Oh, good. An armored skeleton. All right, I will get out an armored skeleton, and I will place them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, way back there. And by the way, my wizard has to roll to see if that storm disappeared. It does. I rolled a 2. If you roll a 1 to 4, it's gone. So there we go. All right, I try to keep these videos under 30 minutes. This one's pushing the limit, so I will be back next week with the conclusion of my return to Frostgrave campaign. I hope you'll join me then. Until then, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me. See you in a week. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.